This is going to be the most interesting video that I have ever recorded. We are going to run an audit on the Careem's website. And so I just put the Careem's homepage URL to page speed to just see that what are the results for this page's performance and accessibility, best practices, and SEO. And everything is going in orange. None of them is in the green area. So I have collected a number of things that can be improved and that can help Careem's website to improve the performance, to improve the accessibility score, and even the SEO score. So, and you can use um, all these good practices while building your site. So I recommend every one of you to adopt these things when you are building website, whether it's in Webflow, WordPress, or whatever tool you use for building the sites. It doesn't matter. So first of all, let's see the results. So we have the performance. So you can also put the URL of your website into page speed, and you can see that what are the issues and how we can fix them. So these are the few things that page speed is suggesting, and I have also come up with few things. So let's start discussing these important things. So let's start from here. So this is the first thing. Let's go to the Careem's page and let's look at this section. So what Careem website developers have done, they have used this as an image, this whole section as an image. So if I press Control minus, so you see that it stretches this image is stretch itself to fix the screen width. And if I zoom in, so this is how the image stretch and it comes back, which is not a good practice. And you see, if we just look at the results, so this image is consuming 1.15 kilobytes. So it means that 1.1 MB, more than an MB. So which is not a good thing. So what we can do, I have come up with a solution. So we can create an overlay. So let's say that we have a shape. I have added this shape with a pen tool. So we can add this shape. So we can have a section with the gradient, and on the top of that section we can add this design element, and this design element will have the same color of the above section, so it's white. So this section will be in white so that it blends with the top section. Similarly, we can add another shape like this, right? Yeah. So, and this shape will also have the color that blends with the bottom section, right? And the bottom section also have the white color. And we can save these elements as an SVG, and SVG have is the lightest in weight, so it can reduce the size from 1.1 to maybe it can come up to 10 kbs or maybe less, in maybe in bytes. So this image has been used in, you can see, multiple times and in multiple pages. So this can have a great impact on the page performance if we just add these shapes and as an overlays, and we just add this section with a gradient by using CSS. So this is the first thing. Let's go to the second one. So this is one of the important thing, and this is a very common mistake that I was also doing, and I'm really thankful to Sir Hassan Ali, who introduced me to this thing, that how we can optimize our fonts for the web. So thank you so much, sir. Uh, so what's the mistake here? The first mistake is that they are using .ttf fonts. This is the first mistake. We should have web optimized fonts, which is WOFF2, the file type for the web. And the second mistake is hidden, but we can resolve that thing to further optimize the fonts. You see that the font size is 142 kbs. So let's see that how we can reduce this size. So what's font it is? It's intermediate. So let's go to Google Fonts and let's find Interfont, because this is a Google font. I know this. And let's download intermediate, right? Let's download the family. Let's download the family, and let's deal with intermediate only. So we are doing this experiment with one font, and you can use the same process for other fonts as well. So let's go to a website that is called Font Setter. Let's pick up our font and let's select intermediate. And so what this is, so the first thing, what Careem can do. So I can see that Careem website can be presented in two languages, Arabic and English. So in this case, I'm not sure about Arabic, but the team can look into this. So we have multiple options there. So you see, we have Armenian alphabets, we have Portuguese alphabets, we have Greek alphabets, Russian alphabets. So Ethiopian, Arabic. So we have Arabic, yeah. So what they can do is they can check Arabic and they can check basic Latin, which is for English. So other than these languages, we can remove all other characters from this font, so that because we are not using those characters anywhere, so they are just increasing the size of our fonts and hence affecting the performance. So we can just um, check these two options, and other than this we can remove all other symbols to reduce our font size. So let's create generate okay, so let's create generate subset, not subset, subit. Let's save this file and let's unzip and see that. So this is still in .ttf and what size it has. So let's go to enter static and let's see that what the initial size was. The initial size was 315 kbs. Let's go back. Let's go back and let's see this file size of this subsetter. So this has already gone down to 45 kbs. Huge difference. So let's do one more thing. Let's make this file to web optimized one. So let's go to ttf to WOFF2 and let's upload pick font file. Let's go to this one and convert the file. Let's save this file, open, let's unzip, and we have this WOFF2, and let's see what the file size is. So this is only 12 kbs. So we have gone down from more than 300 kbs to 12 kbs. So huge difference. So these are the two things that everyone of us should be doing when we are using fonts on the website. And I'm really thankful to Sir Hassan again for introducing me to this practice, a very useful practice. Okay, let's find more things. What else we can do? So this is the font, and you see the file sizes are 143 kbs, 142. So we can fit all these fonts. So they are using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe they can only be like 50 to 60 kbs, all the fonts. There is another thing that I noticed, that is the video they are using on the home page. And I was just realizing that we cannot do anything about this video because this is above the fold. And if it was below the fold, if it was below the fold, then we can ask the browser not to load the video until we scroll down to that section. But in this case, we have to load the video while the page is loading. So I'm not sure that what we can do with this video, but if you have a suggestion, please put into the comments so that I can also learn that what options do we have when we have a video like this. But it is also impacting the performance. You see, to almost 2.4 kb, 2.4 mbs this video takes when the page is loading. Another important thing that I noticed was Careem developers team is using images with already this border radius thing done in Figma. So the good practice is, and what practice I use, I'm not sure that what do you think about this. So we can create a div block, and that div block have the border radius, and inside the div block we can have an image with no border radius, and we can set the div block to overflow hidden. In that case, if we want to increase or decrease the border radius, we can do from one place for all the images on the website. And this is a very good practice. For example, we have used 15-20 images on the website with with 28 border radius. Okay, and we decide that no longer we are have that much value 28, we have to reduce it to 16 pixels border radius. If we have already done this in Figma and we are using the images with the border radius, then we have to generate all the images again. But if we have done this with a div block, and that div block have a class, so we can just set a new value and that will affect all the images on the website. And that's a very good practice. So this is, I think this should have done on the website. And one more thing, yeah. So Careem developers are using images, PNG images, which is almost, let's say that they are 52 kbs. Why not we use WebP format for the website? And that can further reduce the file size. In that case, let's do a demo for this. Let's go to Scoosh, and thanks again to Sir Hassan for introducing me to this tool. I was using some other tools for converting the images from PNGs to WebP, but this is a very good tool. You can see the live example here. So what I have done is let's see the file size. So I downloaded an image from the website, and the file size is almost 94 kbs. So I just converted this. I'm just trying to convert this into WebP with 70% quality. So the file size have already gone down to 27, from 94 to 27. And if, for example, we don't want 70% quality, we want 90%, still it's 54. So 40 kbs difference. But I think if we do to 70 quality, still you can just see that there is not much different. Yes, I can see the difference in the colors there, But if you have no issue with this color difference, so you can also use this image as well. The WebP format with 70% quality and the size is 27 kbs. That's a very good size as compared to the previous one. Let's see another thing. So this is another practice that we all should follow while uploading the images. And the practice is about the alt text. So there you can see the alt text is taken from the image name. And if someone who is using screen reader and the screen reader just tell that it's frame underscore 26897, so no one can understand what this image is about. So for the accessibility point of view, you should have the correct alt text that explain your image. This should be a practice that we all should follow. And let's go to another thing. I'm not sure what Careem can do about this thing, because I'm sure that they have already decided the brand colors. But if we see the contrast ratio between the text and the background, so which is not a very good value, so uh, I just get the text color for this text and the background, this background hex codes. So I just put into the color contrast, and I can see that it's a not very good contrast ratio, which also comes into the accessibility. So if the contrast ratio improves, the accessibility score will automatically be improved. So this is also another thing that Careem developers can look into, Careem designers. So what if we just improve the background color? So let's say that if we just make it a little darker, so we can get into the green area, which is a good contrast, and it can definitely improve the accessibility score. Let's see what else we can do. So here is another thing that I noticed. Um, Most of the time when you are targeting multiple elements, so we target with class, because multiple elements can have one class, but multiple elements cannot have the same IDs, because ID is unique for every element. But there I can see that multiple elements have the same ID, which is not a good practice. So for targeting the same elements, we should target with classes, not with ID. So this is another thing that can be improved. Yeah, this is very, I'm not sure that how they made this mistake, the heading structure of the website. So let's look into the heading structure. So I have an extension called headings map, and if I click on it, so I can see that there is a heading structure. So the headings should be like H1, and every section headings with tagged with H2, and inside the sections, if there are more headings, then we can tag H3, and inside H3 we can have H4. So there should be a hierarchy. There should be a sequence of the headings. But there I can see that no there is no sequence, and this is a very strange thing for me to see on Careem's website. So I can see that if I click on logo rights, logo rights, logo taxi. So these all headings are hidden. Yeah, you can see that these all headings are hidden, and which is not a good practice, to be very honest. I am not sure that why they have hide these headings. I have no idea, to be very honest. Okay, let's if we look into this section. So this should be like go anywhere should be one heading. This should be H2. eat anytime, um, it can be H2, and inside H2 it would be like rides, taxi, and you see the headings are actually logo rides, which is not a good thing for Google. So Google will not be able to understand that actually what the section is about, and inside that section what that section is telling us, what the content is inside that section. So this is a very crucial thing for the SEO perspective. And if we improve the heading structure, that can definitely improve the SEO score as well. So I can see that eat anytime, this should be one heading, eat anytime, and inside H2, this should be H3, food and dine out. It should not be like logo dine out. It should be just dine out. Similar case for the other sections. So let's go to some other sections. About us. Where is about us? About us. About us should be H2 because this is a section inside a page. This should not be tagged with H3. Captains, this should be H2, not H3. Engineering at Careem, this should be H2. According to me, I'm not sure that what their heading structure is and how they want to tell Google about their sections hierarchy. This should be H3, not H4. The R blogs should be H2, and inside R blogs, these titles, blog titles should be H3. And now you see the heading structure is very different. Now, how the Google will understand? The Google will understand that there is a main heading called pay, and inside pay, there is subheadings which belongs to pay, that is about us, captains, which is not the case. So this is a bad structure. Let's go to the next one. I'm not sure that when we have SVG option for the icons, that why we use PNGs. SVG is small in size, they are vectors, they have a good quality, they are sharp. So there is no reason for using PNGs, especially for the icons. So it can be improved further. Let's go to the second one. This is just a suggestion. There is nothing wrong with this. So if I just click on services, so I can hover over to go. So the option will, the drop down or this tab should open just on hovering over this element. This is just a suggestion, nothing wrong with this interaction. Let's go to another. So after using these images, WebP images, the another thing we can do is that we can ask the browser to lazy load these images, because these are below the fold and we do not want these images to load when the page is loading. Because right now when the page loads, these images also loads with that page and that affects the performance. So we do not want these images to load the same time. So we can load these images when we scroll down to this section. So that can also improve the overall performance if we make them lazy load. So this is very simple. I can see that the image, we just have to add the lazy load attribute to this image tag and this will work. That's very simple. So this is there is mobile overflow issue. Let me show you a video. Just see that how the overflow is not working properly for mobile devices, and the section below this slider is creating issues. and this should be fixed as soon as possible. You can see that I can scroll horizontally because of this slider, and that is affecting the overall experience. The cookie pop-up is got affected, the menu on the top got affected, and if someone by mistake scrolls horizontally, so he will not get a very good user experience. So this horizontal scroll should be fixed, and that's a very simple fix. Just put the section with the slider to not to show the overflows. The overflow should be hidden. That's a very simple solution for that section. Yeah, this one. So yeah, so these are the few things that I found, and if these things are fixed, then definitely it can improve the performance of this website. So this is only the one page. I have not seen the other pages. It can definitely affect positively on the performance, on accessibility, on SEO, and what else we have? What's the fourth option? Yeah, best practices. So these are the few things, and most of the things should also be followed by all of us while building the sites, whether the website is built in Webflow, built in WordPress, built using HTML, CSS. So, whatever tool you use, whatever language you use, please take care of these practices when building the sites. Thank you.